Hey y'all, welcome to a new episode of The 5-Star Coach, where you live a 5-star life if you take the advice. I'm Coach D, aka Venus is a boy, here with my 2 5-star tips this week for all my 5-star ballers out there. So let's go ahead and get right into this. We ain't gotta waste no time. Now, 5-star tip number 1, limits don't exist until you create them. There's no limit on your creativity. There's no limit on your intelligence. There's no limit on your intuition. There's no limit on your power. It's no limit on your strength. It's no limit at all until you create it. Nobody outside of you can create a limit on you unless you allow them. Nothing within you is limited until you limit it. So always remember, it's something more you can do. It's always more you can give. It's always more you can release. It's always more you can push out. Now, it is important to do it in moderation, so you're not burning yourself out and you're not overexerting yourself in situations where it is always another chance to do something more. You don't have to squeeze it all in at one time, but always know it's never a limit until you create it. So if you want to keep reaching for the stars, keep reaching for the stars. Always dream big, always stay optimistic, always think farther down the line, because what you see right here, right now, yes, here in a moment, you can only do what you can in a moment, but if you are still optimistic, you already know, like, I'm setting myself up for success tomorrow, and then that change just continuously go on and on and on, because it's no limit. The success I have today is not where it stops. The success I have today is going to be built on tomorrow, because there's no limit to my success. The exercises I did today to build my strength today is building my strength up for tomorrow as well, because I'm going to build on top of it and I'm going to be stronger. The way I read all the way up to chapter 5 in my psychological book, I'm going to be building on it tomorrow, because there's no limit on how much I dwell into my psyche and understand myself. It's no limit. That was a lot of examples. Bottom line, it's no limit until you create it. So if you don't want a limit on your life, if you don't want a limit in the realms, I don't even want to get into another example chain, honestly, but it's just simple. If you don't want no limit, if you see no limit on your life, if you see no limit on your success, don't put one. If you see one, take it off of there, I should say. If you don't want a limit on your life, be mindful of what you're speaking over yourself. Those, I can't, I shouldn't, I should wait. You know, those, that waiting, that's putting that limit on yourself. Go for it. Do your thing. Go out there in the world, wherever you're at, and go as far as you can in that moment. It's no limit. There is no limit until you create it. All right, now 5-star tip number 2. Passivity lets negativity linger. These kind of can be tied together, but I want to keep them separate, even though I might end up tying them together. But passivity lets negativity linger. Stop waiting to address things. Nip it in the bud, off rip. First things first. So it won't be no confusion. It can be just clear as day. They already said what it was. So when they come at me, how they come at me because I went against what they said it was and I didn't care what they said, I'm the only one to blame, you know? It's no gaslighting when you set the rules straight up from the jump. My father told me this lesson, and I take it very, very personal. He said, always introduce yourself. Always introduce yourself. And by always introducing yourself, you let people know what time it is right there off rip. And in certain situations, I'm always a fan of playing it dumb while not being dumb and just calculating things. However, sometimes, most times, those situations aren't even needed because a lot of people aren't that smart for you to just have to play dumb and try to figure them out. You can just figure them out by a first conversation with somebody. It could be, oh, they think they smart. Now I'm gonna just shut this down. And that's introducing yourself right there, you know? Unless you have a plan. You playing chess, play chess. No, I'm good for a chess game, right? Even though I should learn how to really play chess. I got taught when I was younger, but I should sharpen up on them skills. But life, playing chess in life, I'm good at that, right? But anyway, passivity lets negativity linger. So even if you don't introduce yourself off rip, never be afraid to update your resume. That's another thing my father said. It's always okay to update that resume. They don't know about your work out here in a certain place. Show them how you working. Show them how that work is. And it doesn't always have to be a violent thing. It doesn't always have to be a hostile thing. It can just be straight up letting people know exactly who you are, how you coming, and that's it. It don't have to be a big hoopla, big, as Jackie say, a big ponderosa. It could just be a simple little, let me talk to you. This is what it is. This is what it's not. And that's it. You know? So, holding on to stuff, reeling things back, keeping it to your chest, only lets the negativity linger. And it's only lingering on your end because the other people involved in the situation have no idea that you're going through what you're going through. They may have an idea that they are, poking at you. And they're doing that on purpose and they're trying their best to get to you. However, when you are just holding on to it, they just know that they poking you. And regardless of if you showing up unbothered or not, you are bothered. Because that passivity shows up in ways that you're unaware of. It's sneaking out, It's slipping out into the public, really sly, so always choose assertiveness / aggression over passiveness, always. Because the more you let that passivity just sit on your chest, the negativity just lingering. And the next thing you know, you lashing out because you let the first thing slide, the second thing slide, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and now the sixth was your last reason. Now you going bonkers when first thing that happened should have got checked. So never let something build up. And also, holding in negative emotions creates diseases, illnesses within you, no one else. So unless you want that in your life, get that shit up off your chest immediately. And like I said, you don't have to take it there and wow somebody out cussing clean out if you want to. I ain't mad at you. It's how you feel. That's your reaction. That's what you want to do. So do what you want to do. However, remember though, passivity lets negativity linger. So check things the first time. So you don't have to worry about fighting the air in the shower, arguing in the shower. Oh, I should have just said something right then and there. I should have just said something right there. Get that out the way. Be comfortable with expressing your negativity. Be comfortable with expressing your hostility. Be comfortable with expressing your anger. That is the way that the passivity will never be in your life again. When you're comfortable with expressing those negative feelings. Because just how your positive feelings are your true colors, your negative feelings are your true colors too. So don't let nobody gaslight you into thinking, oh, that's your true colors. No, these are not my only true colors. The other way I showed you, those are my true colors as well. It's all of them exist in one. you know? So get comfortable with expressing that negative side of yourself, because passivity lets negativity linger, and it's only lingering in your body, and that's creating illnesses, sicknesses in yourself, no one else. So have a healthy body and express that anger. And now, that is the end of this week's 5-Star Coach episode. Will you live a 5-star life if you take the advice? As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. And I'll be here next Friday, of course, with another video. Until then, I'll see y'all.